Picked up a draft booster earlier today, and it got me thinking, you know what? Every card has a place in Commander. So, let's go through every card in this pack, and I'll tell you exactly where I'd put it. Alright, up first, a Deadly Derision. An instant for 4 that says destroy target creature, planeswalker, and create a treasure token. Now, this card is especially good because it is at instant speed. Removal at instant speed is great. But because of that higher mana cost, I would actually put this in a Yuriko deck. Because you want higher CMC stuff because of her ability. And this card, while not the highest CMC, is also pretty good. 4 damage is going to go a long way. Up next is Mirian Banesplitter for 1 mana at flash. Honestly, this reads more like an uncommon than a common to me, and I'd put that in Wylith Soul of Steel, because you can cast Mirian Banesplitter at the end of your opponent's turn and have Lilith draw a card for an additional equipment attached to him. Up next is Moment of Truth, and with that Graveyard Clause, this really fits nicely into the Scarab God, because being able to put something into your hand, into your graveyard, and maybe get rid of something down to the bottom of the library is really good in this deck. Cosmic Hunger is not necessarily going to fit into a specific deck, but it can replace a specific card, which would be Bite Down, because it does the same thing as Bite Down, but it also hits battles, which in this current meta is going to be pretty important. Core Halberd is another great 1 mana equipment, and I would slot this into Audric Lunar Marshal, because giving all of your creatures vigilance on an equipment is great. Alright, I'm going to be honest, the Thrashing Frontliner was the hardest one for me to find, but you know what, I think this could find a place in a Arnie Metalbrow, because with the attacking you're going to want to do with this creature, this is a great home for it, and you can get some extra value. Golden Scale Aeronaut absolutely was designed for limited, but I think it could find a home. Hamza, because that cost reduction can actually do a really great job of making that card less expensive. Moving on into uncommons, we've got Ramosian Greatsword, which I personally would put into a Goblin deck, so let's put it in Grenzo Havoc Raiser, just because look at him, he's wonderful. Seal from Existence is just a strict upgrade to Oblivion Ring, because Ward 3 is way more impactful than you think. Aetherblade Agent is a great Death Touch creature. I would slot it right into Anawan the Ruin Thief. And while Invasion of Ulgrotha is probably one of my least favorite battles, it flips into Grandma Ravi, and I would slot that right into Vito, Thorn of the Dusk Rose. Our multiverse legend for the pack was Renata Call to the Hunt, which is just a great commander all on its own. Our rare is Valerian Thrillseeker, which backup I personally think is a really interesting mechanic in Commander. I'd slot this into Lycia, Sanguine Tribune, because getting more +1/+1 counters onto your commander is going to be impactful with this deck. This is a great Voltron build. And let's say that you have Lycia attacking you. Epaphras Dispersal can get rid of her for 1 mana, and I personally would slot this into Lazav the Multifarious, because that Surveil is going to be very impactful in this deck. So that's not a bad booster pack, I think. I think that I found homes for all of these cards. If there's a card that you would like me to take a look at and find a place for, let me know in the comments down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.